Hello and welcome to an episode of the Lost Tower of Ambrosia. This is our third episode coming into this. It's very exciting to send the third band of Dungeoneers into this trap-filled, monster-infested tower that everyone loves to go hang out in. Before we get started with everything, we'll just go around the table super quick and introduce ourselves. I will be the GM of this evening. My name is Lucas. My pronouns are he, him. And Rachel.
Hi, my name's Rachel. My pronouns are she, her.
Trisha.
My name's Trisha, and my pronouns are she, her.
Taryn.
Hello, I'm Taryn. I use they, them pronouns.
So, the Lost Tower of Ambrosia, if this is your first time seeing this, we have a custom-built setting. It uses part of the rules from You Are the Dungeon by Tracy Barnett, and it uses a game that I created called Doom Dungeoneers. And basically what's happening is there is this ever-evolving dungeon that we are sending in these adventures, but the players will actually be creating their characters on stream pretty quick. But first, how we're going to do this is each of the players is going to roll, and it will give them basically, think of it like an archetype for their character, where they can build around it. And while they're building their characters, I'll explain the rules of how everything runs in this game. But let's first start off with figuring out who these characters shall be. So let's start off with Rachel. So percentile.
A D100 or just a D10?
It'll be both.
Okay. So my 100, I got 90.
All right. So we...
Oh no! No! Out of range!
All right, we have an impoverished guide.
Oh wow,
First
there was a
guide.
90. Okay.
All right, Trisha.
All right. I got an 80.
80. We have a shadowy hunter.
Oh.
And Taryn.
We have a 51.
51. An indecisive soldier.
Interesting.
This sounds like it could actually be a D&D group marching out there.
I know, right?
Alrighty, so while our players are putting in stat points and figuring out what they would like to do with these characters, I'm going to go over some quick stuff of how this game works. So, Doom Dungeoneers, basically how we're going to play this is the players each get 8 stat points. These points can go into 4 stats. You have Might, which is most things physical. Swinging a sword, dealing with poison, moving a heavy object, your just general stamina. You have Luck. That's the thing that keeps most adventurers alive. It's like finding loot, avoiding traps and curses, avoiding physical blows, even stumbling upon something that you might need. Magic, all things involving magic, using magic, knowing magic, researching magic. And Mind, which is thoughts and knowledge, so this could be solving puzzles, knowledge on certain subjects, creatures, mathematics, crafting, even remembering things. And each player will have 5 hit points, and depending on how many points they put into Might, then the points they put into Might will also transfer over to HP. So put 3 points into Might, you'll end up with 8 HP. All the adventurers get the same items. So they each get this bag that is sent off to them. Basically, when they're getting chosen to be brought into this tower, they have a bag that's given to them and they're allowed to bring in 2 individual items of their choosing. So the items they're given is rope, lantern, chalk, canteen, food, small hammer, paper, quill, ink, and then 2 items of their choosing. And armor is just for fun, so however armored you want your character to be, it is completely up to you. How this game actually plays is we are using a D12 for pretty much everything, which is great because you never get to roll them. So finally, we have a game. D12s are used. It's not just the Great Axe. So when you're rolling for attacking or doing a kind of like using one of your stats, that kind of thing, you roll the D12. 1 to 6 doesn't go as planned. 7 to 9, not so bad. Usually there'll be some kind of consequence to your actions, but you do succeed with what you're trying to do. And 10 plus, flawless, where even something a little bit above and beyond can happen for you. So you'd roll the D12, add the appropriate stat that goes to it, and see what happens. And it's the same thing with magic. Magic is very open. There's no, creating a god out of nowhere or pulling out the super sweet sword that can destroy everything. But, there's the classic, like light things on fire, trap things in ice, use a spell to try to find your way out of a maze, that kind of thing. So it can go absolutely terrible or really well. So there's 2 other things about this dungeon. So people can call upon the dungeon in their time of need. If they really think that they need help from the dungeon, they can offer a sacrifice. The sacrifice can be anything they can think of. Memories, parts of themselves, their items, anything like that. They can offer as a sacrifice to the dungeon. Depending on the sacrifice, the dungeon will assist them. And if they survive the dungeon, hope they do, but we'll see, then they get a survival curse because the dungeon takes a piece away from you as you leave. So you can always leave the dungeon. The dungeon won't keep you, but the dungeon will consume a part of you whenever you leave. And so there is a time where you can just get out of there. So that is essentially how this game plays. We also will be rolling for fate for the characters. So they will not know what this fate's going to be. I will be very aware, and it's basically going to tailor what's going to be happening to them inside this tower. All right. How is everyone doing with their character creation?
Good.
Yeah, I think I'm done.
So that's 8, starting from 0, each stat starting at 0, correct?
That's right.
Refreshment? Okay.
So what we can do, going around, we can start seeing what these fates are going to be. We'll just go with the same order as before. So Rachel, I'm going to get you to roll 2d10.
Okay, I got a 6 and a 10.
6 and 10. Okay. Awesome. Trisha.
Wasn't ominous.
This works out well.
Ooh, I got a 10 and a 10. Or 0 and 0, whichever way you'd like to go.
Oh, this is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right. And Taryn, 2d10.
2d10, huh? Okay. You need them separate or together?
Yeah, separate.
2 10s.
Oh,
Oh
same.
my. Wow. We'll see how I'll have to make this work. All right.
That is what average game means.
That's the way this game goes.
Oh.
So I will lead us in with a little bit of what's going on as you're making your way to the tower, and then we'll introduce each character as we're coming in and what you're doing. In the mysterious and ancient kingdom known as the Wilds, where beasts the size of houses roam and speak the common tongue, there exists a tower. This ivory white tower is composed of perfect brickwork that stretches up to the clouds. Flowers bloom around it, trees bend towards it, and the animals seem attracted to it. A well-worn dirt path leads from this pristine tower with no doors towards a small town, the town of Hamtown. Hamtown is a charming and quiet town. It has grown since the tower began opening its doors once more, but they're only open for 7 days every 5 years, so the growth of the town's a bit slow. But every 5 years when these doors open, the Tower Festival is held. People from all over the tendrils come over. They trek their way through the hot deserts of the Golden Bazaar and enter the misty valleys of the wilds. Following thin and winding paths, they make their way to Hamtown where the festival is underway. It's a merry gathering where everyone celebrates the Dungeoneers who would attempt the perils of the tower. There are grand feasts, music and dancing, stalls with wares from all over Lochrailda. Each morning of this 7-day festival is a solemn one. The Dungeoneers are led to the tower, following the smell of the most delectable pastries, finding that the smell is coming from the tower. The people line the way and let the Dungeoneers go in. So right now, the whole festival's going on. Everyone is having a wonderful time. You 3 have made your way here, and you were chosen in the lottery to be allowed to go into the tower. So let's start with Taryn. Taryn, who is your character and what do they look like?
I've actually been caught. I'm actually gonna do a Luminous, who is ironically somehow named, based on the archetype and stuff. Unconventional name, but Fredward Martram. Has actually been kind of envisioned for a while and just kind of fit. So that's he's kind of like a somebody who's been in the soldiering field but has some doubts about what is, what they're doing, and so going to do this might just kind of give some resolution or something, going into a dungeon where it's probably all messed up, and obviously dungeons need to be dealt with, right? So simple enough, go in there, deal with things, and maybe get rid of some evil and make some kind of a difference or something in the world.
So what is Fredward doing to try to, I guess, enjoy the last night before going into this dungeon?
Fredward is actually doing a lot of just kind of getting to know, or getting to just a lot of some meditation for sure. Trying to find whatever guidance he can find in his own psyche, or from wherever. And maybe, going somewhere for dinner or whatever, hanging out a bit, but Fredward is focused.
So you're kind of tuning out the whole festival that's happening. You're trying to prepare yourself, get ready, get pumped. You know that this tower is going to be deadly. Not everybody comes out of it. As opposed to years prior when you would probably have gone out, done the whole hanging out and celebrating and probably staying up too late, and How about
Fredward's
you, Trish?
trying to focus.
how about you, Trisha? What's going on with your character? Who are they, and what do they look like?
I will be playing an elf of Umi, which, if no one has heard of that, they're amphibious. They have large black eyes, fin-like ears, and they're well-versed in biological science, although mine is not. Their name is Froggart, but they go by Froger. And they're wearing a wetsuit, I think, carrying bow and arrow and an extra large canteen that kind of comes up like a beer hat and will drip water continuously over them so that they can stay. Yeah. And so they would be enjoying this last day of the festival, I think, wrestling in the mud pits. They're not like barbarian mighty, but they just kind of like slink in, stalk in, and unexpectedly take down their opponents. They really love being covered in mud as well.
As we all know, Hamtown has great mud pits for fighting. Super big on it. Really got brought in a few years ago, and it's just been nothing but up.
Great.
So, how about you, Rachel?
I'm going to be playing a kobold named Agra Cragbone. Agra is not the mightiest or the most magical of kobolds, and she's been a little bit down on her luck. But this is going to turn everything around. She is made her way in the world as a guide, and the tower opening up. This is going to be her big opportunity to really prove her mettle in the guiding circles. Yeah, if I can get these adventurers through this tower, that's it. I'm going to be made. Just everybody has to live.
This is it. This is the big test.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, so you three are enjoying the festival or tuning out the festival and just trying to get ready for this tower because you know that it's going to be quite an undertaking. You all wake up in the morning and it's quite early. There is a bit of a fog hanging in the air. You see that there are people that are lining this pathway that goes to the tower, and you're all led along. You're introduced to one another and brought, like, it's almost like a procession. It's just so quiet. You make your way to the tower, and the mayor is standing to the side and is handing you each the 3 bags and just nods to the 3 of you. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, things usually work out for me, so this should be fine.
You watch as a golden light forms, and it starts at the bottom, and it goes upwards, splitting off into 2 and creating this set of double doors. The doors slowly open up, and it's just this impenetrable darkness as this smell comes out of just the most amazing pastry that you've ever smelled before.
My kobold friend, what was your name?
It's Agra.
Agra?
Nice to meet you. I didn't quite catch your name either.
I'm Froger.
Froger. Oh,
And-
I saw you in the pits yesterday.
Yes, I did all right. And Fredwin, that's your name?
Correct, yes.
Yes.
That would be me.
Excellent. Well, Agra, I understand you're going to be guiding us through here. Is that correct?
Oh, yes. This wonderful smell of pastries was entirely expected.
Yes. There's
Really?
a bakery inside?
Oh, yeah. It's great. Yeah, you follow the smell to get to the good things at the end.
That is how most bakeries work.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we go in?
No
After me,
better
I
time
guess.
than the present. Good idea.
All right. Let's keep all our arms and legs tucked very close into our bodies. Don't touch anything, please. And we will scuttle this way. I will trot
All
forward
right.
into the tower.
So the 3 of you enter into this tower, and the doors slam shut behind you. You find yourselves in this circular room, you see that there are a number of other doors that are open, just like open hallways that are leading to different areas. The doors behind you are still there. You see that there are numbers that are constantly shifting between numbers, symbols, letters above each of these doorways. Other than that, this room seems pretty barren with a very high ceiling.
I must admit my smelling senses are not as keen as my hearing and sight. I've lost the scent of the pastry.
I will sniff around for the pastry smell.
Roll me a luck.
Is 14.
Oh, you have a pretty good idea. You see there's this one doorway to your left, and it looks like the stairs are leading upwards. And that makes sense. Just go up the tower for the pastry, right?
Yeah. Totally does. Does it make sense? Because I totally made up that thing about the pastry thing. This is to me internally. Do I believe my own?
I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, how else are they getting this constant smell of fresh baked goods? They have to have something in here that's making it.
Okay, I'll quickly glance at the symbol over the door. What does it look like?
It's an N, and then it switches to a 3, and then you watch it's like two squiggles that are dancing beside each other, then it switches to a 13, and it just keeps going. There doesn't seem to be a pattern at all. It's never the same thing.
Okay, I will point convincingly at the symbol and say, look, this says this is the place to go.
Well, I suppose we should go that way then.
Mm-hmm. Lead on, my little kobold friend.
I scuttle up the stairs.
So everyone roll me 1d8.
Gotta find a d8, hold on.
Sorry, I think I forgot that die.
I got a 1.
7 for me.
How about you,
I
Taryn?
got a 1.
Oh, okay, it's the two of you are together.
Mm.
So our impoverished guide, Egra, you got a 7.
Mm-hmm. It's a lucky number, right? It's good.
Yeah, definitely. You're making your way up these stairs, and you feel the crunch of gravel suddenly on the stairs. It was going from this very nice plush carpet, and you've been going up the stairs, over, taking strange turns. You went down a few times, came back up. It's a very weird moment, and as you step in this gravel, it kind of takes you out of a bit of a trance. You turn around, and your other companions are no longer with you.
Oh, man. I was giving them the tour speech this whole time. How long have they been missing? Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I try to backtrack and find them, I suppose.
So as you go down some of the stairs and you're coming back up, you once more are hitting that gravel.
Oh man. What does the room around me look like? Like if I hold up my tour guide umbrella that I've definitely brought with me, is my party going to see me?
You currently are still in somewhat of a hallway. You do see there is a bit of light coming from the end of the hallway. Looks like the stairs go up just a bit and then forward. But you can tell like the more it's going up, the more there's like gravel and it's starting to turn into dirt.
Okay, well, I guess the only way is forward. I don't like this carpet to gravel to dirt business. Sure, I'll pick my way forward, but not before applying my mind and looking for any kind of trap.
Sure.
Yeah. 4.
Fantastic.
No.
So you are cautiously going up these stairs. Nothing is getting past you. You see like a couple spiders go along one of the sides of the wall. You notice that it's getting more gravelly, so you're making sure to keep yourself steady so you're not going to fall down all these stairs. You enter into what you assumed was going to be a room, and it is this vast open field. As far as the eye can see, you see in the distance there's a tree that is looming up. It doesn't look very big, and you're looking at just all this grass and like the flowers and all, like just this field is stretching very far, and you're taking a few steps as this breeze hits you and you get the smell of all these fresh flowers. And roll me a luck, because you did not see this trap.
5.
Oh no.
Also bad.
You take a step going, wow, and then as you're about to say wow, you immediately fall into a pit. And there are some of these sticks that are sticking up that look rather jagged. You fall down onto one of them, and one of them goes right through your leg. As just this pain fills you. You are taking 2 points of damage at the moment.
Oh no, a third of my life force is drained away, I can tell.
And at the corner of this pit, this black cat just looks over the side of it and is looking down, and you can see this tail swishing back and forth, and it's just staring at you.
I shall point at it and go, you did this. Now bare my little kobold teeth at it. Does it seem at all put off?
Not at all. It keeps staring at you. If anything, it makes itself comfortable, and it's just looking down at you as you're trying to tend to your leg.
How like a cat, I will say, oh man, what have I even got to deal with this stick? Why did I bring this small hammer and not a small saw? I've got my umbrella, I guess, and my book of guide notes. I will quickly flip through my book of guide notes to see if I have ever taken down any first aid notes, but I think maybe I would have done. Anything for an impaling or what? Actually, how big is this stick and how far through my leg is it?
It's not terribly big. It's probably like 15 centimeters or so across. So you could probably try to snap it. You're going through your book, flipping through it, and you find the notes where it's like, so you or someone you know has been impaled. And it just has like some fun diagrams that are showing some people smiling. Even when they're impaled, they're smiling. And they're just showing how to remove your leg. And if it's a very long thing you're dealing with, they're suggesting breaking it at one part of it to try to remove your leg. But if it's quite short, then try to take your leg off. You think you could probably maneuver your leg off of this, but if you mess up, it's going to really suck.
Okay. I will follow the step-by-step instructions very closely.
All right. So we're going to leave you there as you're dealing with your leg. And this cat is watching you. And we are going to go over to our other two, Froger and Fredwin. You two are wandering, and your guide was walking forward, Agra, and went around a corner, and suddenly you two didn't see Agra when you went around the corner. And instead, you get hit with this sound. And it almost sounds like very pleasant music that's coming, that like somebody has like a gramophone on.
Oh, this bakery we're headed to has excellent music.
It would seem so.
Agra,
Where
Agra?
Where did they go? Okay, this isn't good. We seem to have lost our guide.
I'll peek around some corners, make sure that she is really gone.
There's no sign of your guide.
Maybe she slipped ahead. Maybe she's preparing some delightful a table setting for us when we get there.
That's theoretically possible, although as a guide, it would seem to me that she would actually like say something like, hey, you're on track, just keep going the way you're going,
Well, we
I'll
must
meet
be
you
almost
at the bakery, so yeah. Well,
Yeah, she would never abandon us. We must be almost there.
Hopefully you're right. I would like to think you're right, but I also, having been in enough campaigns, I know that might not be true.
Well, let's assume the best. I turn my nozzle, douse myself in water so that I can look fresh as I approach what I assume to be the bakery.
You step forward. The carpet that you're on kind of squishes a bit as it's just been doused with water. The two of you march forward, going out of this hallway, and it opens up into a very beautiful dining room. There is a long table that's set up with a number of dishes that you see that there are like vegetables and meats and pies, and you see there are settings for 3 additional people. You see that there are 4 other people that are sitting at these tables. They all look human. They're sitting there. They're dishing food onto their plates and they're chatting. You see that on one side of the wall of this room, there are a number of oil paintings of different people. You see a nervous gnome holding an executioner's axe. You see, like, there's another one of a walrus as they're drinking from this goblet. You see there's one, it's actually outlined in a very beautiful golden frame of this knight as she's singing into this microphone. And you're
wow.
You're seeing all these just the beautiful oil paintings. And one of the people at the table, they look up at the two of you. Oh, you made it. How wonderful.
Is this the bakery?
The bakery.
Yes.
No. Oh, that's in a little bit. Don't you worry. You look famished. Have some breakfast.
Oh, Fredwin, this doesn't seem to be the bakery. I don't know where Agra is. Are you hungry?
It does seem to be. We might as well get some breakfast, and looks safe enough.
Mm-hmm. I'll take a seat, but I won't eat yet.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to chat with the people at the table. And are you Dungeoneers? You must have been in here for a while. We've just entered.
Oh, we came the day before, and we're all kind of tired from the celebrations outside, and decided there's this room, it has all this food, and we'll just have some food and hang out for a bit. The back wall there has a strange black curtain, but oh, we all don't bother with that, if you know what I mean, because the moment you open a curtain, there's always something terrible on the other side. So we're just enjoying a beautiful meal.
How long have you been here?
Not very long. Might have been a few... maybe half a day? Does it seem? Half a day. Yeah, and they're all nodding like, oh, half a day seems right. Oh, yes. And you see they're eating the food as well.
Would we know if Dungeoneers had entered the dungeon the day before?
So this is the 3rd day of the festival. So you know in the first 2 days, Dungeoneers have entered.
Okay.
Right. And that usually happens in the morning, so that's a long half a day.
Yes, something does seem strange here. I would suggest we don't eat the food.
Both of you roll me a luck.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 12.
Oh, wow.
All right. Thank goodness for Avery. Shout out to anyone involved in that if you happen to be listening. We're saving my butt on a number of occasions. That was a 7. Oh, wait, that was luck. So, 9.
All right. So, Fredwin, you're seeing everyone, and they're eating, and there's like some wine that's there on the table. There's milk, there's juice, there's water, and you see they're eating the food, but no one seems to be touching any of the liquids. And what you see, Froger, is one of the guests is sitting there, and this spider starts going across the table, and they just slap down on it hard.
Oh.
Nice reflexes, my friend.
Don't want none of these pesky little insects getting on our delicious food, do we?
No, of course not. Are there mini spiders? This looks like a nice dining hall. I'm surprised.
It is a tower. I mean, they're gonna have a few bugs. I think we're in the basement. I'm not sure. We went through the door on the right? I don't know. This place is strange.
Yes, we went through door N13 double squiggle dance, I think.
Oh, okay. I don't know that door because it kept changing. I think I think ours was 9 little bird flying and hopeless office worker. Yes.
So strange that it both led us here.
Well, the tower is mysterious. Is it just the two of you in the tower?
No, we have a little kobold with us, but she disappeared. I'm a little worried. I thought she'd gone ahead of us, but she doesn't seem to be here.
We had someone with us as well, and when we all went through the door, our 5th member was missing, so probably just tower things.
Have you yet found I take it you still haven't found your 5th member?
No. But we don't really know each other. I mean, we do now. Break bread, you become good friends. But please, the two of you look so tired. You look so hungry. Have something to eat.
I mean, we literally just ate right before we came into the dungeon. I'm kind of worried about Agra. And honestly, you guys are kind of skeeving me out. It's weird you've stayed here for half a day.
And yet you came in yesterday.
What are you saying?
I think perhaps the dungeon has gotten inside your minds. Perhaps you'd like to come with us and move on to another room.
I think you're right. I think we've been here far too long.
Yes.
I guess it's time to look behind the curtain, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I look around. There's no other way in or out?
No, it's just the door you came in.
Okay.
So the 4 of them get up from the table, and they're brushing themselves off. They, finish the last few bites of their food. Their drinks remain untouched. They stand in front of the curtain. Are you ready?
All right, hold back, y'all. I am going to go and just kind of look through the curtain without
We'll go to the other side of the room.
opening it wide.
So you go to the curtain to kind of poke your head through, and Froger, you back up to the other side of the room as you watch the 4 of them go around Fredwin, and one of the 4, their head slowly twists back as they're standing forward, but their head twists perfectly backwards towards you, and you watch as this centipede goes out the mouth and then into one of their ears. And then they all lunge at Fredwin. Fredwin, roll me a luck as you peek your head into the curtain.
So wait, these guys are on the other side of the curtain?
They're at your back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually gave Fredwin pretty uniform stats because that would be a 10.
So you, at the last minute, you peek your head through this, and it's quite dark on this other side, but you see that there are 3 coffins that are open, and as you're trying to read the names, you hear the shuffle of feet, and you stumble backwards, or I should say you stumble forwards to get away from this shuffling as these knives cut into the black curtain, and you fall back, hitting one of these coffins. The little nameplate rolls in front of you and says, Fredwin. We go back to the pit.
Hey.
Oh boy.
I don't know if we're allowed to curse, but I'm thinking curse words.
Oh, no, by all means. There's
Okay,
no
shit.
problems here.
Yeah, after
Okay.
hearing all of that, I'm glad I'm in this pit with this cat. Oh. Okay, I'm doing some deep breathing. Preparing myself. Step 1, don the placid smile of this person in the book.
There you go.
And my option was to break the stick.
So you can you can use might to break the stick, or you can try to use mind to get your leg off of it.
Mind. I retired the dice I was using before as well. That's a bad dice. 2 low rolls in a row. That's okay. Okay. Mind over matter. My mind is a fortress and I'm safe within it. I got 15.
Oh,
There's
wow.
a 12 on the dice.
You keep the smile. You make just this eye contact with this cat as it's looking down at you, just somewhat amused. And if anything, that drives you more as you grab your leg, doing little hops. You manage to get your leg off, and you're quickly tying some bandages around it, kind of trying to cut circulation a little bit. And this cat's just looking at you now. Its tail is swishing back and forth. It seems a little bit more alert.
Oh, okay. I have some food in my bag. I'm gonna. How deep is this pit? How far down am I?
The pit's about probably about like 7 feet deep.
7 feet. I'm only 3 feet tall.
Oh no.
That's a long
I
way.
just realized my camera's probably dark as hell.
That's okay. I think, let me see.
Yeah, so we can still see your face. That's good.
Okay. I guess it just fits the dungeon, right?
There you go. It's the immersion.
It's immersion. I might have a light bulb up there, but I don't know.
So, Agra, you're looking at it. It's about 7 feet. You're 3 feet. So, if you could do one hell of a jump, maybe, but you could probably try burrowing, as kobolds are known to do.
Yeah, I think I will do that. Before I do that, I'm going to take some of the food from my bag. I'm going to look through it to see if there's anything a cat might enjoy. Maybe some jerky or a meat of some kind.
Roll luck.
Did I pack any meats? Ooh, 9.
You do have some. It's the last of the meat, naturally. But you do have some.
Okay. I will look up at the cat. I'll say, this is the last of my meats. I offer it to you as not a sacrifice so much. I say, looking around at the dungeon. But as an offering, a peace offering. I'm sorry I tripped over you into this thing and horribly injured myself. I suppose I'm in your space, so here, have this offering. I will throw the meat up to the cat and then start burrowing first into the wall and then at a slight incline to dig my way to the surface.
So you throw the meat up there and you just start going to town. You're burrowing upwards. You actually make it through with ease. The earth is very soft here, and it's throwing you off because you break through the top and you are in this magnificent field, and you see the cat eats the meat that you threw up and looks over at you and says, thanks. It's pretty good.
Oh, a talking kitty. Is that unusual?
I don't know. Might be.
Huh. Cool. How do you like living in this field, little kitty?
It's not bad. Some people die. Some people are pretty cool. There's a tree that talks.
Does everything talk here?
No.
I look down at the thousands of blades of grass in front of me.
They're all screaming as you stepped on them.
No, don't step on me.
You want to see the tree?
Maybe. You said people die. Did the people die when they talk to the tree? It says people die when they go near the tree. Tell me about the tree. I pull out my guide notebook and start preparing to take notes.
It's kind of a bit cranky, but the people usually die when they fall in the pit. I try to stop them, I say, don't fall in the pit. And they fall in the pit, and they die.
Oh, okay. Oh man, I had you all wrong. I'm so glad I gave you that food and forgave you
Well,
inside.
I just
before.
kind of figured you fell in the pit. Like, I guess that's that. But no, you put a scary smile on, and you just dug on up.
It's the way. It's the way that it says in this book. See? I hold up the book for the cat.
I can't read, but that's all right.
That's cool. Would you like to learn? I usually guide people around places, but maybe I could guide you through some like small education.
I got the time.
Okay, well, now you're invested in me staying alive so that you can learn to read and unlock like the magic of reading. Do you think I should go see the tree?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I heard there's a super sweet bakery. Will the tree help me get to the bakery?
I've never been to a bakery. Maybe.
You've never been to a bakery? You never read? You never been to a bakery? Kitty, there's so much you're missing out on.
I think I'm like a day old.
Oh. Well then, let me guide you through this thing we called life. Come with me, Kitty, if you'd like to, of course.
All right, so follow where I step, but if you want to go into the pit, that's okay. But I'd rather you didn't.
Great. I would definitely not like to go in another pit. I will let you guide me. That's the guide becomes the guidee. The guidee becomes guide. It's the cycle of guiding.
So with the great cycle of guiding, roll me a luck, but you get an additional +2 as this cat is leading you along.
All right. Okay. 5 plus the 2 the cat gave me 7.
All right, so there was times where you got distracted trying to explain the alphabet and almost fell into the pit. You just scramble backwards. Every so often, like maybe you were dangling for a bit, and it's very exhausting just not falling to your doom. It's how it is. But you are winding your way through this beautiful field, getting closer to this tree, and you don't know who dug all these holes, but somebody was very determined. And you finally make it to this tree, and it has this large, almost stone-like face in it, and these branches reach up. There's some fruit that's hanging from them. Yeah, so he's kind of cranky, but there's a lot of things. I think he was rich.
The tree was rich?
Yeah.
He has a lot of things, like the fruit things, or like shiny things. What do cats consider wealth? Cool. You say the tree talks.
Yeah.
I'll sort of take a look at this. Does the tree move?
Yeah.
Like how far? How far does the tree move?
Never tested it. One sec.
Hey, tree!
And the tree, it just creaks and groans, and you hear the sounds of the wood bending, and this face is looking at you. It's, who's there?
Well, it's too late now. It's me, Agra Crackbone. Hello, how are you? How's your day going?
Bad. Someone's bleeding all over one of my roots.
Oh, that was me. Sorry, I fell on it, I think. Just one root?
I put those holes there so people would leave me alone.
Oh, sorry. So there's this whole thing with this dungeon. Do you know you're in a dungeon?
Yes, there was something about friendship and magic, and I'm not sure, it feels like eons ago.
Oh. Yeah, that's friendship, magic, and ages ago. That's a great beginning of a story, or the end of a story, or the point of a story. It's fantastic. So yeah, well, you're in a dungeon. That's cool. I'm in a dungeon too. Man, I gotta be honest with you. I was in here guiding some of my companions through the dungeon, at least trying to.
Hmm.
I was, I, I didn't really know my way through, so I was mostly just winging it. Um, and then I got separated from them, and then unfortunately fell on one of your routes again. Super sorry. And I would really like to find my way back to my companions, so that I can guide them to the end of the dungeon and they can get their loot and their prizes, and I can be a world-renowned guide again. That's my life dream. What's your life dream, Tree?
You wish to leave already, and you only just woke me up.
What? No, it's not like that. I mean, I might be in a rush. I don't really know. It depends on how alive the people I'm supposed to be guiding are and how much they're enjoying their time without a guide. But don't worry, when we get reunited, I've totally got a story to cover that. But yeah, so I don't want to leave. Do you want to chat? Is that enticing for you? Do you want to tell me things? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I think you'll do just fine.
Do just fine for what?
Make me.
Do you want to be guided somewhere?
Make me
I
a
can
mind
guide you
check.
places. I can guide you with my words. I know, like, you're obviously stuck in this hole, or you're rooted to the ground. But I'm very descriptive. I can guide you with my words. Mine is at 11.
You see there are roots that are starting to come out of the ground behind you, and some of them to the side of you. But there are still openings that are on either side of the tree itself. I think it'll do well. You have many stories to tell. This works.
I don't like the way this is going. I do not appreciate your roots coming up out of the ground.
It will not
And
hurt
enclosing
for
me.
long.
Won't hurt for long. Won't hurt at all. I run. Get out of there. Screw the tree. Kitty, are you coming? Kitty! Where's the kitty? I'm running, though. I'm running.
Roll me a might.
Oh, no. 3.
3. So you start running, and you were tired already from avoiding your death for an hour, trying to get through these holes. And you are not getting very far. You have this initial burst of speed. The adrenaline's going through you. You're dodging past roots. You're like, I got this. I'm a guide. I know how to lead my own way. And then like a root just comes out of nowhere and you smash right into this root and just kind of like tumble backwards a little bit. You take 1 point of damage as you feel some blood is starting to go down your snout. And you see these roots are starting to tower over you as this shadow is going over you, and we go to our other two.
Oh no.
So where you two are, it is kicking off.
Well, I'm going to draw my bow and arrow and yell, Fredwin, we have to kill our friends, and try to shoot as many of them as I can.
All right, roll
They
me
are
a might.
not as friendly as we might have thought, it seems.
I got a 5.
Oh, no. So you take this arrow, you pull it back, and you're aiming. The water is dripping down on you. This dramatic moment, you let go the arrow. It flies true. It hits one of these beings right in the forehead, and it goes right through them, hitting right beside the coffin beside you, Fredwin, as it's just vibrating beside your face. And you see as the skin starts to split on the face and starts falling backwards, and just copious amounts of insects are falling out of this husk as they're starting to deflate and this swarm is starting to grow.
I say, now I'm hungry. I'm going to eat as many of these insects as I can. I'm an amphibian.
I like it.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, I'll give you dibs on those before I.
Yeah,
Go
you
to
hack and
stomp.
slash. I'll eat them.
All right, I'll open them up. You eat them.
Yep.
I'll open the packages.
All right, Fredwin. How are you going about this?
I'm going to. I think I'm gonna go ahead and probably just. I'm thinking I don't have a lot of experience with this species, but luminous appeal. So if I'm off, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just thinking of this like sword beam of concentrated vibration.
Hell yeah, that sounds cool.
To just cut this thing down.
Sure. I'd say either roll a magic or a might, whichever you feel you would focus on more.
I think I'll go with magic. Yeah. Okay. I seriously got a 12, and that's
All
without
right.
modifiers.
So
So 14.
You pull out this blade, and it's just this vibration light shine off of it as you slice into one of them. Their chest splits open as these insects are going everywhere. And the other two are going, "This is the worst dinner party ever!" As they have their blades in hand, they're launching themselves towards either of you. Froger and Fredwin, I need you both to make me luck checks.
It's 6.
Oh.
This is a bad dice.
I thought your last dice were bad. Oh no, that was
Rachel's.
Would you?
11 for me.
Okay. So, Froger, this person runs forward with this knife, and they stab it right into your side as you're trying to turn your bow towards them and get ready to just chow down on a handful of insects. This knife goes right into your side, so you take 2 points of damage. And they get right in your face as their mouth is starting to open and extend more than it should, and you're watching as these spiders are starting to fall out of their mouth towards you.
I say I like it when my meal fights back, and I fight them.
I feel more intimidated than I should be at this moment. I feel like I should be winning. Fredwin, you bring this sword and you hit away the knife that they are trying to stab you with. As they look angry, you see the insects are starting to swarm at your feet, and Froger, the insects are starting to do the same to you as well. What would the two of you like to do?
Like, are they swarming up us?
Yeah, they're starting to crawl up your legs.
Go ahead, Fredwin.
Well, we've got the last person, right, who still hasn't. There are
still two people in their meat suits.
In their meat suits, okay. I think I'm just gonna send this time, turn that to a wave, and just basically light blast the whole creature, person, whatever the heck it's become,
Mm-hmm.
with just this wave of light that it's a sort of a disintegration wave, if you will.
Sure. Roll me magic.
Okay. And I got a 14 again. God, ever you like me tonight.
Wow.
So you are powering this up and you blast off the upper half of this individual who is attacking you. The legs kind of stumble back and forth a little bit, trying to do an awkward kick, but not really knowing where they're attempting to kick. You see bugs are pouring out of the upper torso as it's starting to deflate a bit. And what's going on with Froge? How are you dealing with the swarms and the person with a knife in your side?
Mm-hmm. I will try to... Yeah, I would pull the knife out and stab them.
I like it. So turn it back on them?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd say it's another might.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Theoretically, I should be good at this, but that was a 6.
So you take the sticker out. You take it out of your body, and you're like, haha, and they just push it back at another spot. As you take another 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Like, you're kind of helping me on this one.
I will notice that there is a smell of roasting bugs to the other side of the room and request help from my friend. Fredwin, could you bring that heat light sword thing over here?
Sure.
I am struggling.
It's this massive magnifying glass, so you're just turning towards the ants. And
Something like that.
Fredwin, there are still a number of insects that are swarming up on you. You see they are swarming up on Froge as well, and Froge is bleeding down onto the swarm. The beer hat of water is sloshing back and forth.
Okay, and the other one is still...
It is deflating. There's not much left of it, but the insects have probably made it up onto your thighs by now.
Ooh. Okay. I am going to let the disintegration just kind of envelop me. So that, like, I'm generating it around me, sort of.
So
and
let's... Okay.
It's basically going... So it basically will hopefully hit anything that's on me is going to get washed with this thing.
So let's hope you roll well, because that would be a bad negative effect. So another
What
magic.
do you want to... Yeah, magic? Okay. That would be a 10.
So you are turning into basically like this egg of light, and you can hear the sizzling and popping of insects, and a few are like flying out of it, smoking, and they're creating almost like an outer ring now. Like they're backing away from Fredwin as they're forming up in these almost like moving waves of insects. And you see some of them they're coming out of the food now. And like the dishes that were there, you see insects are now crawling out of it. And though none of them seem to be coming out of the liquids at all. Froge, you also have these bugs now. They're up to your thighs. And this knife, this person's trying to bring it back. Roll me a luck as they are trying to stab you again.
Finally. 16.
You slap that dagger out of this person's hands, and it goes clattering down near the table.
Okay, finally. So there's this person ahead of me. I would like to try to eat their face.
Oh, I like it. Sure, that sounds cool.
Nice!
If only there was like a
Yeah.
how they have in Mass, the freak check. Roll me a might.
5.
All right, so you you bring this person, and these sharp teeth are in your maw. You chomp down, and you're successful. You bite that face, and you rip it back, and you're chowing down, and just like discarding this body to the side. You feel just so powerful as you're eating these insects, and your stomach immediately churns as you're biting into them. And swallowing, and you feel these bites now in your back, and you are taking another point of damage. I need you to make me a might check.
Really? 10.
So you just start spitting out the bugs and face all onto the ground.
Bad idea.
And then you see that these bugs, like now that like they're chomped up in the face, it's like all melting into like this weird purplish goo, and it's sizzling on the ground. And so you're spitting it up and trying to get it out of your mouth. Some of the water from your beer hat, you're using it to rinse out your mouth. Yeah. But so you are not burning from the inside.
Yay! Not food. I will try to get up on the table and push bugs off of me as much as possible.
Sure.
There are bugs on the table.
Yeah, they are coming out of the food.
Kick things. I'm very distressed.
Roll me luck while you're doing that, and then we'll hop over to Fredwin.
9.
All right, so you're kicking these bugs, like the food dish is full of bugs, and you're starting to brush them off of you. They are like still biting to your hands, clinging to you, and it seems to be working. Fredwin.
Okay, so that's great. I'm able to get them off me, but now I'm seeing. Let's see. I've got to somehow get them off of her. Off of Frogert. And if I broke Froger's pronouns, correct me. Please, because I sometimes mess that up. So I'm going they them. Okay. I'm going to go for a very fine I'm going to reshape it into kind of a ring that has kind of a shield on the inside for her, but is going to just hopefully again crush and or disintegrate these guys.
Okay, roll me a magic. So you're basically trying to destroy the ones around Roger.
Yes.
Okay, roll me a magic, and yeah, let's see how that goes first before I determine the other thing.
Yeah, because this is very refined work here. And I have a 12.
All right. So, Roger, you can roll me a luck check with an additional +2, since Fredwin is not trying to disintegrate you.
Excellent. 14.
All right. Yeah, so no problem. So you are flicking these bugs. You are noticing that there are strange welts that are forming on you where the bugs have bitten you. But you're flicking them off, you're wiping them down, they're burning and incinerating, you hear them screaming, you see now that the bugs are starting to form these large waves around Fredwin and move down. Fredwin, roll me a luck.
As I'm saying to Projet, run!
Excellent. Is the water that's running down my wetsuit doing anything to these welts?
Doesn't seem to be, no.
Okay, then I will just run. I will leap off the table through the curtain, I guess.
14.
Yeah.
All right, so you run over to where Fredwin is, and the two of you are getting away from these bugs. They're getting disintegrated all around. You see that there are 3 coffins. They each have your name on them. And like you quickly look over at the coffins and you do see each of your dead bodies in these coffins, and will move back to Agra.
Okay. I just ran into a root. This knocked some sense into me that everything around here was full of holes that I just spent the last hour trying not to fall in. I'm a dig straight down. As fast as I can, as hard as I can. My little cobalt arms are furiously scrabbling.
Roll me a might.
Oh. Can I think my way down instead?
It might help later.
Oh, it's a 2. It's 2.
You are digging. The problem is these roots are following. So you're digging successfully and you're going in the general direction that you want to go, but these roots are faster than you. So they're grabbing on to your leg, and you feel it dragging you back as it's starting to constrict around your ankle.
Turn around, I hit it with my umbrella. I yell at it.
Are you using like magic for this, or what would you like to do?
Oh man. Oh, both magic and might are
Oh, they're both 0.
bad. They're bad. Or they're 1. I put something in there, but not
Okay.
much. No, I think I'm going to hit it with my umbrella with one hand while reaching into my thing. I'm trying to grab out my lantern. Fiery
okay.
goodness.
Yeah. I'll let you use luck for that.
Yeah. It's good. 15.
So you're hitting this with your umbrella, not to much avail, but at least it's distracting it as you get your lantern out, and you grabbed a couple things, but you finally made it to the lantern, and you now have it. You're holding on to this, like staring over. Oh, the boxes got rearranged.
I'm sorry, I stopped my video for half a sec.
Oh, all good. Okay. So you have this lantern out, and you have the oil. The oil's all set up in there. So what would you like to do as you're now being dragged out of this hole?
I'm going to hurl it as far up the hole as I can, and hopefully it lets go, and then I'm going to scurry the other way and keep digging.
Okay,
Sharp left, though, not straight down. Again.
I'll let you use mind for this one because it makes sense. You're trying to really time it and think about what you're going to do.
Yeah. 7 plus 3, 10.
All right, so you hurl it. The lantern shatters as this flame ignites on the branch. You hear this as it's pulling back its branch or its roots and like hitting down onto the ground, and you feel the vibrations just pulsing through as you dig down and over. And you're scurrying through its darkness. You can hear the sounds of the roots like coming through the earth towards you at this rapid rate. You burst through what appears to be one of the holes.
Oh. Okay, so I can feel the vibrations of where the tree is, and the hole with the roots. I'm going to keep. When I get into the hole, I'm going to take a right. I'm going to dig that way for a little bit. I'm going to dig this way for a little bit. I'm going to kind of like zigzag, serpentine fashion, try to get away from this thing. I'm going to vastly change direction to try, still trying to move away from the tree, but to try and confuse the roots as to which way I'm going.
All right. Yeah, let's do mind and a might as well to see how fast you're going.
Okay, so my mind is 4. My might is 7.
So you're keeping a good pace. That's what's important. You're like, all right, I'll go this, and like a root comes through and it throws you off, and you're like going around to different ways as these roots are coming down. One of them grabs onto your wounded leg, and you feel it just yank hard as you take another point of damage. And you see the root itself has burns all along it, so it doesn't look like it's fully intact.
I hit it with my umbrella again, try to knock it free.
Okay, that will be another might check.
I don't think I have it. No, it's all gonna be might. It's all gonna. Oh man, 2.
Oh,
That dice is retired.
You hit this umbrella down, and you hear this crack as you pull back the umbrella, and like it's in half.
Oh my God, I'm really mad.
Oh.
Yeah,
You-
now I'm
You can hear the vibrations now. They're coming from your left and your right as this one is still on your wounded leg.
Okay, so question about kobold anatomy. Am I like lizards? Can I just like detach? I know lizards can detach their tail and like scuttle away.
Yeah.
Can I? Do
It'll.
that?
It's it's closer to human anatomy, I would say, than lizard. You could for sure try. I will let you give that a go.
I'm not going anywhere with this root stuck to me. I bite it. I'm gonna bite this root. I just got right through.
Hell
it.
yeah. I guess that is another might because you're just chowing down.
I'm gonna use my lucky teeth.
It's that one lucky gold tooth that you just bite down.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Might. New dice, fresh dice. Here we go. 10 plus 1, 11.
So you're so mad about that umbrella, and the adrenaline is going through you. You bite through this root and rip it apart.
Yeah. And it's digging straight down again. I'm just going to keep going. It's down as far as I can and hopefully come out in some other place.
I like that logic. All right, make me one last might check. You're trying to get through.
You're killing
you can do
me
this.
Here. You're killing me.
I mean, yeah.
It's a war. I just got two.
Oh, oh no, the dungeon is trying to. That's
roll
kind
me-
of the dungeon's job.
Roll me a
Request help from the
D8.
dungeon.
D8. I'm running out of D12s. Like fresh ones that haven't betrayed me. I got a 4 on the D8.
So you burst through the bottom,
Yes.
and you see the glorious other side.
Freedom!
You look down. There are piles of gold coins everywhere. There is this goblet. As this water is flowing out of it. It's standing there. It's this beautiful goblet standing there on this mantle. And you see there are these 4 columns around this goblet. There's a door on either side of the room. And you poke your head out there, like, and it just yanks you back. And you're like, no.
I'll never have to guide again.
You take another point of damage as you now feel it's constricting, and it's really hurting your tail.
Okay, stuff in here.
So you see there is that hole. You see the glittering gold below.
Okay. It's pulling me back. I'm being pulled backwards.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm being pulled backwards, and I know I've dug quite a long way, so I've probably got a little bit of time. I'm going to pull out my book of guide notes. Do I have anything for this situation?
Roll me a mind. Let's see.
I should have done this ages ago. 5.
So you open it up with a 5. So, a sentient tree has grabbed you and is trying to turn you into another tree because it's lonely, staying here in this tower. And then it just shows like a person smiling like, yay, as they're being pulled. And the tree is also smiling, going like, friendship. And like it's pulling you out. You're like trying to flick through this book. The book gets ripped from your hands as you're clawing towards it. And you feel more of these roots starting to constrict around you.
Okay.
We'll go back to our other two as you are standing looking down at your dead bodies.
Mm-hmm. Does it look how close to us does it is it exactly us?
Yeah. Down to everything you're wearing, your equipment, like birthmarks, scars, all the stuff.
Are the bugs following us?
They are currently they're retreating because they're just tired of dealing with Fredwin.
Yeah. That glowing sword is a beast. I would like to check and see if
Actually, it's the glowing egg at this point.
Oh, excellent.
That's why I've made sure you were far enough away from me.
Perfect. I would like to check my dead body to see if it died of a side stab wound.
You do see the stab wounds are there. Roll me a mind.
13.
You are looking over this body, and you see that the marks that it has on its spots, like where it's been bit by insects, are far larger, and they look infected, very painful. Some of them are open, and you see like they're all over the body. And you look down at your body, and they're tiny right now, all over you.
Fredwin, do you know any first aid?
It's been a while since I had to, but I might know a few things.
These bug bites are killing me. Do I know first aid?
You know a thing or two. Yeah, you can try something.
Think back to the past when a bug I was trying to eat tried to eat me. With a 5.
You think that you need, like, you're thinking through like certain types of herbs that you can use to try to combat this. You just have to grind them up and eat them, and of course you don't have any of these.
Yeah. Dang it.
I would like to try changing the frequency. And kind of change to a healing, like a frequency to kind of heal things up and kind of also clear out perhaps venom or whatever might be in there.
Okay. Yeah, so roll me 2 magic checks. One to try to get this in a healing mode, the second to deal with the poison that's within Froger. Right name.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a 7 for the first one. And a 6 for the second.
So you're pretty confident. You have been just beast mode on all these things around you. You think I could probably take out the poison out of this individual. How hard can it be? Yes, I am a being composed out of pure energy, but I mean, how different can bodies be with somebody who's just full of organs? So you try to bring your light, which the way you made it would be great for Illuminous, because basically you're just like supercharging them. Not rad for somebody who's just mostly composed out of water. And so you grab down, you have this light, you put it down on Froger's arm. Froger, roll me a luck. Let's see, maybe you can minimize the damage.
7?
It hurts. It hurts a lot. You watch as these marks on you are exacerbated. They grow larger all along your arm, but you managed to get your arm away from the light, so it only affected your arm, not your entire body. You do take another point of damage as it hurts a lot, and now that arm is pretty tender.
I am pulling back. That sort of backfired. Yeah.
Yeah, I really thought that would be like a roasting damage, and I didn't see any roasting damage on my dead body, so oh man. What's happening in this room now? Are there doors?
So the bugs have retreated. You just see there's the door that you came in. There are the 3 coffins that are in front of you with each of your corpses within it. You see... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, if I see something else, I would like to know.
Just like glancing at the other bodies, you see there is a wound on Egra's leg, and Egra's tail looks pretty bruised. Egra also looks very dirty, like dirt clumps on her. And there's unfortunately a broken umbrella.
Oh, she would be so devastated.
Oh my god. Not the umbrella.
And
that was like her pride and joy.
Yeah. Fredwin, how are you going to die?
That's a good question. I suppose I should look and find out.
Fredwin's body is composed out of this completely black energy instead of this white. And there you see that where they're touching along the case of this, you see that it is slowly like turning into ice. And you look down, and the part of Frederick's body they used to try to heal you, you see that it's taking on a very, dark color.
Well, I'm intrigued by that ice. I'm going to just kind of put my arm on it very quickly and gently to see if that slows down. I mean, from the... no.
Roll me a luck. It might go really well. This might be just what you need.
I think it will. 15.
It feels great. it's so
relief, sweet relief.
Yeah, it's very numbing. You take your arm away from it, very much aware of what would happen if you left it for too long.
Mm-hmm.
But it did give you kind of a bit of relief. So your arm's not so tender now. You can use it regularly.
Okay. I would like to go over to my body and take any arrows that are there.
Mm-hmm.
Say, thank you, future me. Then I'm going to kind of like tenderly move the body to see if there's any like hidden doors or anything in the coffin.
Yeah. Either a luck or a mind, I think.
I'll do luck. 8.
So you go to move the body tenderly, and you see that there's like a hidden compartment. So you're moving the bottom panel, and the body just falls out onto the ground, and you cringe as you watch.
Sorry.
It's just like a real flat thud as it just like falls down. You're looking down, and you move the bottom panel of the coffin, and there is this earthen hole. You can hear a roaring from the other side of it, and a very panicked Agra.
Fredwin, I found Agra. Let's go! I leap in.
Tally ho!
I think we did. As I'm going, I'm kind of looking at her body to see if the dead body in passing, to see if maybe I can see any change after she's made use of my dead body for I guess it sort of worked backwards.
Roll me a mind.
Eight.
You're looking over it. It doesn't appear anything has really happened to the body, but it slowly moves its head towards you. And these large black eyes are staring up at you as this smile filled with sharp teeth begins to grin. You see the damaged body of Agra sit up, and you watch the terrifying darkened form of you sit up.
Oh, great.
And already Froger is left in that hole.
I am going to, I think at this point, go to kind of leap in after her.
Mm-hmm.
After them.
So the two of you...
My apologies.
Roll me a might check.
6.
That is a 5.
All right. So, rescue team's coming. So, Agra, you're lifted into the air as the numerous roots are going around you. Your head's poking out. Your feet are dangling, and you hear the sounds of your companions. They're on their way as they're lifted out of the ground, covered in these roots, as they're being constricted. Each of you, Fredwin and Froger, you each take 1 point of damage as the roots are constricting you very tightly.
I am almost dead.
Now.
Would you say 1 point?
3.
Yes.
Yes, 1 point. 3 friends. What luck.
Agra, is this part of the tour?
Absolutely. Everything is going as expected. I found the point of the dungeon, but we have to become ungrappled by this tree. Copy what I do. I've made a lot of mistakes trying to get away from this tree, but I think I've corrected. I reach into my bag and pull out the only thing that I have left, pretty much, other than my small hammer. No good. Rope, no. Hold on, maybe I'll hold on to that rope. I pull out my piece of paper and I hold it very close so I don't let the tree see it. I say, "Tree,
Yes.
release me or your friends, or I shall show you something so horrifying that you will probably die."
Roll a mind.
Come on, dice. 9.
Okay. So it brings you closer up to its face.
No, not closer. Further away.
You have secrets that will kill me.
Maybe. Well, more like it'll just like melt your mind. You should not secrets. It's not a secret. It's like a physical object.
I will let you and one individual go, and the other one shall join me.
Which?
You had best release her.
Yeah. Do that.
If you think that you can keep up with this, you don't want to face me.
What about if you let us all go and I'll guide more people here in more interesting people? What kind of people do you like? What's interesting to you? What kind of friends would you enjoy? And also, you dug all these holes to keep people away from you. That's not very enticing. Are you on friendship? I understand this now. What's going on with that?
I have a very toxic personality at times. I tend to inflict harm on others because I try to keep myself alone to protect myself, but I find really what, at the end of the day, what I seek is friendship. And that is what I need the most out of life. And I do understand the folly of my work with these holes. And so while this is happening, they're really falling into this just like deep introspective. And so they are distracted at the moment.
Wriggle free, friends. Wriggle free.
I'm going to basically shift form. Because light, it can take whatever form it wants to. And I'm going to basically become something a shape that the root just can't hold on to.
Okay. Roll me a magic.
All right.
How about you, Froger?
I'm gonna kind of whimper. I think I'm pretty unappetizing, and rub a welt on the tree to hopefully get some bug poison on it.
Oh. Roll luck.
Oh, natural 1. So that's a 5.
Oh no. How much HP do you have left, Froger?
1.
All right.
I'm about to be eaten, I think.
What did you get for magic?
5.
5. Rad.
Yeah.
Things are going well.
Mm-hmm.
So
for the dungeon, anyway.
yeah. What happens is, so you're saying this, and this tree just falls into this just deep moment of like, oh, well, I guess I really need to take a closer look at if I need friendship, I can't just be lashing out and attacking everyone. I can't force friendship. I need to find common ground and respect for others as well as myself. And you just watch as they're like, and like a branch comes down to be like, but they accidentally fling Froger. Like, oh wait, Froger just ragdolls. Yeah. You hear a terrible sound in the distance. Well.
Oh no.
Well, this is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. And at that moment, you watch as the magic is crackling around Fredwin, and it's going from this like bright white, and it's starting to really turn to a gray. As Fredwin, you're taking 2 points of damage as you turn yourself into a strange shape, and it doesn't feel good. You're kind of corkscrewed yourself, trying to get out, and it hurts being in this shape.
Oh.
What is even happening over here? That one wasn't me. I admit that the flinging was was an accident. I've been a tree for so long, yet my reflexes are poor.
I don't know either. It's terrifying. Let me scuttle to safety in your branches, tree.
Well, very well. I will let you go, but I'm really going to try to do something with the corkscrew one. Here you are, small kobold being. And they release you as more of the branches are going towards this corkscrew, and you see the luminous. They're once a very bright white, but they've now become more of a duller gray.
I would say, a tree. You said that 2 people could go, and I gesture over where Froger is now, a crumpled mess.
Oh, you can take that one over there. That's fine.
Oh no, I meant you could
I
keep
don't need
that
them.
one.
They passed away, and it doesn't really work for me. I think they had arrows. Maybe that's any consolation. I drank the water.
Yeah, corkscrew thing. Are you going to be okay?
Never. This is odd. This usually works.
Do you want to try another magic check to at the very least get your form back?
Yes, and maybe change again for me. Just change back to normal frequency. Okay. Oops, that was a wrong key. There we go. 7.
So you're shifting back to your regular form, and it's hard to watch. It's not a very pleasant thing.
You probably
molding backwards.
Look away.
But it hurts a lot doing so. Nowhere near as much as it hurt last time. This time you only take 1 point of damage as you form back to your original form. You just see the light keeps dimming in this luminous. I could maybe use this as one of those happy lights, the sad lights, and help me when the sun goes down. Just really brighten my mood and polish up my bark. You can run along now, little kobold.
Not enough light for you to use.
Oh man,
Wouldn't do anything.
I have 1 hit point left. I don't think there's anything I could do to help you. I'm so sorry.
No,
we've come to the
get
end
out
of
of
our guiding
here.
contract. Goodbye. Best of
Go.
luck.
This is the end of the tour.
This is the end of the tour. Thank you and good night. I'm going to go down the hole and find my book of guide notes that I dropped along the way. I'm going to scurry back down that hole and towards the treasure.
Yeah, you are making it down. You power through, and the tree's not following you anymore. So it makes it a lot easier. You were feeling rough though. You make it to your book. It's a little dirty, but it's okay. And you put it into your bag. And then you go and you find this hole. And you see the glittering gold and jewels in this goblet with this overflowing water. It has this just magnificent glow to it. These columns are all around it. It's on this majestic altar.
Excellent. So I look around, kind of sad. I thought I would feel like okay with this, but I look up the hole. I sit down with my guidebook and see what it says about breaking the guide contract and how acceptable that is in possibly life or death circumstances.
All right.
How much duty do I owe to the client?
So roll me a mind, and let's see how much you can justify leaving your clientele.
Oh, that's a 4.
Oh. You're looking down at this, and you just feel terrible. You are, because I don't imagine you didn't drop into the room yet with all the treasure, right? You're just kind of still sitting in the hole and looking down at it. You make it to a spot, and it's like, thou shalt guide anyone anywhere for a modest price. And you do see there is a clause, though. In the case of danger that you were not forewarned about, you are able to cancel the tour at any time.
Excellent. Loophole, jumping through that down into the treasure.
So up top, this tree is binding you. These roots are forming around. The tree is, you see other roots are going around trying to create some sort of makeshift thing to hang you off of, almost like a decoration. What would you like to do as you... Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm useless to you anyway. Just let me go.
Well, you know what say.
I can't give you what you want.
One broken luminous is a treasure to a tree. I think that's the saying. I just made the saying up, so it must be.
It's a waste. I'm no good to you.
Oh, don't put yourself down like that. I think I could find a great use for you. Don't sell yourself short. You take a point of damage as the tree is constricting you, trying to form you into a ball.
I am now at 1 HP.
So what would you like to do, Fredwin? This is a bad situation. You could be the ornament you maybe were always meant to be.
That is true.
It's turned to like a Christmas story.
A little out of season, but hey.
Yeah, you know what? They're already putting up the decorations, so I don't know. That's its own horror story. So
yeah, right.
So you feel these roots are constricting around you. The branches are reaching down. They seem like they're trying to fasten something to your head. So you, anything you can think of, what do you think Fredwin would do?
Not listening to me. And I'm gonna try. Is there any light in the room or in the area?
Yeah, it looks like a forest. Like you're outside and things are...
I'm going to try and see if I can't draw on that light to basically...
Just supercharge yourself and see what you can do.
Yes.
All right. Roll me a magic.
I'm basically going to try to draw the light from outside into me. And use it to like supercharge myself and hopefully not, or hopefully, I mean, because the tree is lonely and...
Mm-hmm.
Oh! 14!
Yeah.
So you draw in that energy and you shine like you've never shone before. Everything in you is shining bright. The light is blinding. And actually, for a moment, you see there's a blinding light from the hole that you fell from. You're like, well, that must be a good sign. As you're sitting on these mounds of treasure, and this like heat starts emitting from you as you're burning the branches around you, and the being flings you as you've burned its branches. You become this blazing sphere as you're going up, but the whole area around you is darkening, and the light is starting to not escape you. You're just absorbing the light more and more and more. But the tree's no longer holding you, and the area just keeps getting darker.
I am going to... I want to get down that hole.
All right, roll me a might check.
Saying no more attempts, and I will let you be. You said which check?
Might.
Actually, they're all the same, but for me. But That's a 6.
All right. So, down below, Agra, you land on this treasure. Hooray! Treasure! This room, even the walls are gold. Like everything is gilded and decorated. There is like a swan that's made completely out of diamonds. And
Wow.
it's like walking around and like flapping its wings. You see like there's a stream of liquid gold that is going through this area. You see this water is pouring out of this goblet that is on this beautiful altar. What'd you like to do?
I look around at this, feeling the amazing greed just flowing through my body. And then I'm like, no. I had wealth once. You don't become an impoverished guide without being a wealthy guide once. I look around at all these riches. No. My mind is my fortress and it shall keep me safe. It's the only thing I need. And is there an exit?
There are 2 exits.
What do they look like?
Both are large doors that they're gilded as well. They have like a handle each, so you can just pull inward.
Okay.
They seem to be the exact same on either side.
Right. I will choose the right door. And I will go to open it. Just before I do, I will say, oh wait, but I do need a new umbrella, and I will pick 1 gold piece to buy an umbrella. Tuck it in my...
You go to open this door, roll me a luck as the entire ceiling begins caving in.
12.
So you back up, just lean real hard against this door as parts of the ceiling smash inward. You watch this luminous, completely composed out of black shadow, just sail and gently land down onto the ground. Fredwin, you are filled with so much power. The goblet is just off to your side, the water still flowing out of it. You see a haggard-looking Agra, and you feel like this ultimate being. You could do so much. And you see the person who canceled the guide trip and ran away.
Oh, you made it! Surprise!
I don't want to be dark, you know? I meant to just try and light to...
Do you want to let it all out?
I would like to release... I want to keep what is naturally, what would naturally be enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to let that light go back where it... Let the light go. I didn't mean to take everybody else's light,
All right. Roll. I mean, it's all the same to you. They're all 2s. Roll that magic.
Because, I didn't mean to steal everybody else's light, 10.
So the light emits just like how you want it to. It leaves your body. You keep just what you need. This solar flare shoots out. Agra, you were there. And then there is a spot where it's just like burned ash of the Agra.
I have the broken part of my umbrella.
You hold it up and it's just this wave of disintegration. The treasure in this room is evaporated, just this splattered blotches of gold everywhere.
Didn't mean
This
to do
diamond
that.
swan shatters as all this diamond shards go everywhere. And you feel incredibly at peace, Fredwin. You feel like you finally made a decision that you're okay with.
Yeah.
Would you like to leave the tower at this moment?
That's a good question. There is still I mean, she canceled the trip. I can't blame her. I mean, I think in her shoes, I would have done the same thing. And
you do see she is vaporized as well.
Oh God, she's gone?
Yeah, you had vaporized Agra, your guide.
I didn't mean to do that. That was not my intent. I was happy with the decision until I saw Agra was vaporized. Now? But I guess there's no real reason for me to... I mean, there's nothing really more I can do here about that. I'm clearly doing a little more harm than good, it seems like, except I gave back what I took. So, I mean, that I'm satisfied with. I just wish Agra could have made it. So, yeah, I'm gonna get out of here.
So you feel the energy wash over you. You leave the tower. As you feel like something cold wash over you. As you exit, you find yourself looking around, and there are a few people outside the tower kind of looking over as they see the doors had opened. And you step outside, the doors close behind you, and their hands go to their mouths as they look at you. This illuminous that's made out of shadow. And you've survived the dungeon. Congratulations.
Yay!
I guess I did. I'm not sure I'm happy being a shadow, but hey.
Well, you know,
I made it out.
That's the joys of the dungeon. Well,
Everyone goes on to teach other Luminous how not to do the same things he did.
So the fate,
hopefully,
the fate of each of these that were coming through, both Fredwin and Agra got the fate of fine dining. So that could have meant a number of things. So the tree was trying to consume you, to become a part of it, and the insects were trying to eat you, Fredwin. Unfortunately, you were along for the ride, Froya, but yours was kind of similar. It was becoming the prey, and it was an easy way to mix them together. So
That's
when
great.
you were the predator and you bit down on this creature and started eating it, you suddenly realized that they had the advantage and they were eating you.
Oh, good.
no.
That was a lot of fun. We get to do one last part where you get to design a level of the dungeon, because Agra had actually gone to the level that the previous group had designed, with the cat, the tree, the spike pit holes. So you all get to add some traps, monsters, terrible situations, whatever you would like. And the next group of hapless adventurers shall wander towards it. So we'll go around and we'll just, you could just pitch ideas. It could be something as, you can go as wild as you want. This is a weird magical dungeon. They created an entire flower field with a talking tree and cat. So by all means. Rachel, what would you like to add to this floor?
I like something that has players describe one of their skills. I usually, when I've made dungeons in the past, had something that picks on their weakest skill and asks them like, oh, why is this your weakest skill? And
Okay.
or you could pick the strongest one as well, I guess, depending on whether you're wanting to be
Something
nice or
that
mean to
either
them.
challenges them to face their weakest or
Yeah, it can be like a bit of a role-playing thing of like, tell us a bit of your character's backstory kind of thing.
I like that. That's rad. Trisha, what
You
would
know,
you like to add?
I could see that being some kind of like challenger, like some kind of almost like a mind psychic there being some kind of psychic energy in there that just kind of makes that happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of feeds off that energy.
Yeah, exactly.
What would you like to add to that, Trisha?
Well, that one sounds really cool. I was thinking more along the lines of like the floor is lava.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Floor is lava.
Yeah. Well, the solar flare would probably make that happen.
Yeah.
Classic for
That
a
was-
reason.
That was great. When you said I want to let all that light go, I was like,
Yes.
hell yeah, you do.
Yeah. Maybe that treasure room is now molten lava
Mm-hmm.
from
Yeah,
from
just
Fredwin.
molten gold. Oh, I like that. Taryn,
And
what would
you have to include Agra's smear.
Mm-hmm. Has Agra smear left on the door.
Yeah.
What would you like to add, Taryn?
Let's see. Okay, I'm seeing like a mirror
Mm-hmm.
that when one looks into it, I can actually kind of see that tying into was it Rachel?
Yeah, that's right.
This weakest skill thing.
All right, so the mirror is kind of this portal to their introspective moment and challenge.
Yes.
That's got a nice theme to it.
So it's this room of molten gold.
Mhm.
There's a smear of kobold on a door. There is this mirror that is in the center of this room. And when they get to the mirror where they think, all right, we did it, team, it is then just another challenge that they have to face.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like it. And I'm gonna add in good old-fashioned lava snakks.
Ooh, there you go.
Of course.
Just to, give them a little bit of a jump when they have to go into there. Well, thank
Good
you
old
all.
lava critters.
Thank you all so much for coming by and playing through this. I hope you had a good time. Had
Yes,
fun with
thank
this
you.
dungeon. We'll go
That
around
was
the table.
awesome.
And anything you want to plug, anywhere we can find you, anything like that, I'll lead the way. So I have been your GM for the evening. I run the Ballad of the Seven Dice Twitter. We have a podcast that runs our game Ballad of the Chosen Few. So it's Ballad of the Seven Dice podcast. And in that we have a story of adventurers being ripped from different dimensions and worlds. And they have to fight in an eldritch war in the Forgotten Realms. And I destroy that world because I'm mad with power and no one can stop me. We have our Rise of Nyarlathotep campaign that happens every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. CST. And in that, at the moment, we're doing a 3-part Western fantasy horror comedy that is called Rise of Nyarlathotep High Noon, where we have a group of gunslingers who are looking into a mysterious explosion and finding out there is so much more involved than just some miners going missing. So if you like that kind of weird spaghetti Western fantasy mix, then join us for that. There's still 2 more parts, and we have recaps on our website, both audio and written.
Awesome.
Rachel.
Excellent. So Trisha and I run Trisha does more of the blogging than I do, the Raw Cat Reads blog, which is all about queer and nerdy things in Vancouver. Definitely go check it out. We do book reviews. We do D&D based things. We're just doing a series at the moment of 1-page dungeon review kind of things. Yeah, go and check it out. There's new content like pretty much every day. Trisha is very good at keeping up with that. I try and assist where I can do, but yeah, rawcatreads.com is the website, and then we've also got presence on Twitter and Instagram at rawcatreads, and we have a Discord where we organize D&D games as well fairly regularly.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
Trisha.
Yeah. So I also work with roarcatreads.com. And the big thing that is coming up for us is we have a charity event on October 16th. We will be trying to raise $2,000 for Rainbow Refugee. And we are looking for 2 more players. We're hoping to get all queer players, all queer GMs. And then
nice.
we would love everybody to tune in October 16th. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at roarcatreads to get more information. And if you'd love to donate, we would love that.
Awesome. I will be sure to spread the word to everyone I know.
Perfect. Thank you.
And Taryn.
And okay, well, I'm actually rather new to the whole tabletop content activity. But I have a session that I will be in coming up with games. www.everyone-games.com. We're going to be doing games and panels focused on accessibility and inclusion in gaming. So that's going to be October 1st and 2nd. I will be for sure in a game on October 1st. Hopefully it will go to YouTube because it's kind of early in the day. If you're Central Time, it's like 6 a.m.
Oh.
So hopefully we'll have YouTube. But throughout that event as well, there's going to be a lot of, like I said, games that kind of highlight working with disabled gamers, games that feature disabled players. And that is going to be, sounds like it's going to be quite a good event. There's going to be panels and game sessions.
Awesome.
So check that out. Coming up in October.
I will be sure to spread the word of that as well. Well, thank you everyone for coming on by, and I hope you enjoyed this fun-filled tower. I left everyone feeling great.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much.
It was